Nobody knew about it. And then all of a sudden, I guess they started putting her on different stations a little bit, like voice tracking kind of thing. And they note and listeners noticed that she said certain phrases exactly the same.
Yeah.
And then how come there's no bio for this person? How come there's no this? And this is radio ownership in a nutshell. The balls. Listen to what they said. They said, quote, the network, well, the article says, the network has since put out a statement admitting to testing AI, but also reassuring everyone that it didn't plan on replacing human hosts anytime soon. You didn't admit to anything until you got caught. You were doing it for 6 months. You were saving a salary for 6 months. You know what you were doing. We all know what you were doing.
Let's not act like that. A salary was huge in the first place. They ain't paying a lot of people a lot of money. But here's
I don't know how much jocks get paid over there. I have zero
true.
idea.
That's true.
But
It's Australia.
no dollars for a midday show is less money than $50,000 for a midday, or whatever the cost of that midday show would be, you know?
Yeah, I also saw
they're coming for us, man.
Hold on, because I did see in one of the trades they did a whole survey, blah blah blah, of the fact that there was, I think, 34% or something of people were neutral in this subject, but 28 or some odd percent, very close, were interested in live local jocks, wanting to know the behind, like, personalities of local personalities type of thing.
Right.
Interested in that. Now, in 2025, I'm kind of impressed by that. I expect kids to be like, no, Spotify. You know what I mean? So the fact that there was, like, very close to the neutral, it wasn't anti, it was neutral. That's kind of cool. So think of that part of it.
These pricks.
Why are they pricks? Who?
No, not the kids. I'm talking about the owners.
Oh, well, that's not...
The owners here. They got away with it for 6 months.
I feel like you calling...
This is like an episode of Scooby-Doo. They would have got away with it if it wasn't for those pesky kids. You know?
Pull off the mask. I feel like you calling management and ownership pricks is worse than me slacking one day a week.
No, but they know I'm right. They know. They know what they're doing. They know I know what they know that I know what they're up to.
You know they know. They know you know. You know they know you know. But
I just want them to know I know.
Don't say it out loud. They know
I just want them to know I know. Fire me. I get a year off. I'll be okay with it. It was like who was he? Where was the other? Was it a basketball coach? It was somebody. I had it in my email the other day. They got fired and they were getting $40 million.
Oh my God, I'd love that.
Right. Oh, it was one of the NBA coaches. Was it the coach of Denver? He got fired right before the playoffs. And they fired him, and they still have 4 years left on his contract. I don't know if it was Denver. It was somebody. And he's getting paid $40 million to stay home. The dream right there.
That's the guilt. Doesn't it feel weird? Would you rather be working, though? Like, what are you doing now with your... Okay.
No.
Yeah, hell no.
What are you doing with your time now? Like,
that's winning the lottery, essentially.
That's exactly what it is. It's winning the lottery. I tell you what I'm not doing, anything I don't want to. With $10 million a year coming in for 4 years, I'm not really doing anything I don't want to.
Like, that's excess. We can admit that's excessive. Like, we can admit that you don't.
Well, that was he was getting $10 million.
No.
He signed a $50 million deal. He was getting $10 million a year for 5 years. He's got 4 years left on his contract. That's what he's got. That's what the reality of that situation is.
I understand, but he can also be okay with less money and maybe have a job.
Why do you hate people having money? Why do you hate it so much?
I don't hate it. It's a lot of, like you just said, and you the way you put it, I think is what hit me. $10 million a year for the next 4 years. That's $10 million. I can't spend that in 1 year. Now that I have excess moving into the next year.
You can figure out a way to.
Monica, even if it was $5 million a year for the next 4 years, I'm still not doing much of what I don't want to do. Even if it was $2 million a year coming in.
But can you admit?
Even if it was $1 million a year coming in,
I think
then I might go get a job. Then I might go get a job to pad retirement. But other than that, and I wouldn't get a job doing anything I don't want to do. And that's what you call failing up. Opie and Anthony, they were the kings of this. Those guys used to get themselves fired, end up sitting out and getting paid millions of dollars to stay home and play video games. I've had so many conversations with Anthony about this. I used to get so jealous. So jealous
of someone getting fired.
They would get fired but back then the contracts were all guaranteed. They were like baseball contracts. They had a guaranteed deal. They was locked. No matter what, they got paid, and they did millions of dollars to sit home.
Do you remember Gareth Bale, the footballer? He played for Tottenham. And then
he played for. He's on the Welsh team, isn't he? He played for Wales.
But he went to Madrid, and they benched him because he went back and forth with head office, like their management. And they're like, well, we're going to bench you. And he was asked in an interview if he was mad. He goes, no, I'm getting $450,000 a week to play golf and hang out. I'm doing fine. I'm okay with your decision.
He's going to be all right.
Yeah.
Right. Especially at that point, he wants out of there. So, he'll say whatever he can.
Just going to chill and do what you want and get paid.
Meanwhile, he was lying. He wants to be a baller. He wanted to be on the field. He wanted to be playing.
Well, he was playing for Wales. He didn't care because he's like, I'm getting the international stuff. I'm still playing. I'm still training. But now, I'm just focused on Wales and golf.
Yeah, it's nice.
Because he had it, there was a quote. He was like, Wales, golf, and something else in that order. And I was like, yeah, I get it.
You guys,
go ahead.
I think all three of us, I think, could admit we like our jobs. You're saying, oh, I wouldn't do anything I wouldn't want to do, or I would, getting paid to play golf and blah, blah. We're getting paid to literally sit on our butts and have a fun, cool job. Like, I like this job.
I love it, but if they were like, do you want to do this job?
Stop telling them things.
But they know. How is it a secret? Who wouldn't like this job? Like, I mean, there are a lot of people who are shy and who wouldn't. But I'm just saying, like, this is a fun, good job. Like, every night I'm grateful at the end of the day that I have this job. Like, I don't hate my job.
We didn't say we hate it, though.
Exactly.
You'd rather not do it?
I would take a payout if they were like, if you want $1 million a year or you get to do your job, and let's say I was full-time, I'd be like, give me that $1 million a year. I'll figure out how to talk, Do a podcast, get it out there, or like do what Ian does and just come in and hang out sometimes when you just want to talk.
But see, and that's what I think of when I think of I'd still work. Like if I won the lottery tomorrow and it was $10 million for the rest of my life, I don't need this job anymore. I'm doing it because I want to do it. It's fun to me. It's not, there's the pressure of all, ratings and must do this and please don't fire me and all of that's completely gone. It's completely gone.
It's funny. I always said if I hit the numbers, I would still do this, believe it or not. I would still do this. I wouldn't do mornings.
Well, then you'd have to get up, yeah.
My eyes would never see 4:30 a.m. again.
People are going to have
not unless I was on a bender. My eyes would never see it.
You wouldn't be on a bender.
That's what I'm saying. My eyes would never see 4:30 a.m. ever.
What about?
And I'm not even talking about catching a flight because if I had that kind of money, I'd be flying private and they leave when I want to leave.
Yeah.
You have everything figured out, don't you?
Yeah. I have a chef. I can cook my meals for me. I'm gonna have a trainer. I have a full thing in my house. I don't even have to leave to go to the gym. I'll be happy as hell.
So you honestly think
I would be a happy wealthy person.
You
I'd be
think
awesome at it.
that everything would be perfect if you had
never perfect.
I'm saying so there would be something missing. There would be a hole. You wouldn't be 100% happy if you had the means to travel in a PJ. You had the time off all the time. You didn't have to get before in the morning. Like you got to do something with your life. Like you have to have a purpose, right? Like
right. That's why I would still do this.
Yeah. Okay.
I would do this.
Yeah.
I would do this. I have a good time coming in for these 2 hours, and it gets me out. It gives me a purpose to leave the house. Because without it, I probably wouldn't leave the house. I would not do mornings anymore. And that's not a slight about wanting to work with Roger. That's not what that is at all.
Of course not. They would say the same thing.
I just don't want to ever get up that early again. Ever.
Yeah. I don't mind mornings, but why is it got to be 4:30?
I know.
I'll get up at 6 or 7, but I don't got to get up. It's just so early.
I know. And every time, it's funny. You talk about, I have a new respect for the whole gratitude, searching for gratitude kind of thing. Because this morning I was at a red light at the end of my block, and there was another car. I'm like, but where's that guy going? I'm going to make dick jokes. Where's that dude going?
Thank you. This is the perspective, not to. I guess
meanwhile he's probably on his way to New York City. He's worked for finance and he's getting multi-million-dollar bonuses. And
yeah, but the stress he has on his job, of having to.
Listen, I have stress.
I know.
There's stress with the other one. You don't deliver, you're done.
And that's
you don't deliver,
true.
you're done. And the thing is it's like anytime, especially in this business. Listen, blowing up the Roger and JP show made no sense. Made no sense to anybody in pro. No, they knew it. It was the truth. It made no sense. But we're owned by corporate America.
They can hear you. They can hear you.
But it's. I'm just being honest. I'm not knocking them. It's their business. So doing that for yourself, like my point is, at any time, all this stuff can be taken.
Yes.
Right. So not right now, like I try to show some gratitude for everything that we do have going on and the success of things that we have going on. But you give me the opportunity to not work for somebody and not answer to somebody's whim. You know, somebody just looked at a piece of paper and said, you know what? You could probably do that show in the middle of the day on the Bone for less money. We don't. Yeah, we know they're great, and we know you're selling them. But you could probably do it for less. And by the stroke of a pen, they blew up a very successful show.
I think that's what's the most frustrating for me.
And it's out of our control.
Yeah,
I can't control it.
It's someone that doesn't know it. Like, I understand black and white paper or whatever. I still think that's wrong. But not sitting at a desk in a different state looking at bottom lines.
Right.
If you were to be here, even for a day, let alone like a week or a month, and listen to the show and understand how it works and see what people get out of it, that changes things instead of, to be able to have.
Well, here's the funny part. The company that owns us, right? They're in New York City. It's called Apollo Global Management. One of the owners has a place in the Hamptons. He listens to our morning show all the time because the one time they were in the building when we met him, he made it his business to come and to tell Roger and I that he listens all the time, and he started spitting back stuff, so I know he wasn't lying. And he still fired us.
How do you sleep at night?
He liked us, and he fired us.
I don't know how people sleep. I understand jobs. That's their job. It's just, This is why when I say I don't want any responsibility, and I say that a lot, this is it. Like, I don't need to be that person up there. I don't care how much more money. I'd still be responsible for people losing their jobs, and I just can't.
I wouldn't have a problem firing someone that sucks. I would have
probably like it.
I would have a problem.
Douchebags. You'd be firing douchebags.
I would have a problem firing somebody who's doing everything you asked of them, and they're being successful at it. But we have to fire them because they make too much money. But meanwhile, if you go on the sales side of the building and you make that same amount of money or more, you're walking on rose petals. That I would have a hard time with. I would have a hard time firing somebody that's doing everything you're asking of them and performing, but yet there's budget cuts and that person for some, because they make a little bit too much money, they have to go. I would have a hard time.
And by the way, that little bit too much more money isn't a whole heck of a lot of money in
the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the movie Up in the Air with George Clooney?
No, but that's where he stays in the airport?
No, that's the Tom Hanks movie thing.
Oh, my bad.
Up in the Air is where George Clooney, his job is to fly to different companies and fire people.
Oh, my God.
And it's this whole thing about, like, he does it face to face, and there's this new girl who's coming in for the company, and she thinks they should do it video conference wise, and he's like, that's not going to work. You got to do this face to face, and it's a pretty interesting movie.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to be bored, and I was like so into the movie because like just one thing about people who live to travel and what that life is like, and then two, having to go to some place and just being like laying off 20 people, you know what I mean, and bringing them in one by one and watching them cry and kind of like it's pretty crazy.
Like, if karma is real, what do you have coming your way if you're just a professional firer?
Yeah.
Or
right? what kind of what kind of seasons in the abyss do you have headed your way?
But maybe that's why because your karma before. This is your karma from something you did before. Now you have to go around and tell people that they're fired. That would suck. That's just a job I can't do. I'd probably start crying with them.
Firing people that suck, I have no problem with.
I feel like you would like cherry pick and be like, that guy's a douchebag. I can't stand his face.
It's not even about being a douchebag. I don't have to like you. I just need to know that you're an A player. If you're an A player, I don't have to like you.
And you get to judge that? Who judges?
Their performance.
So, like, straight up ratings or how they are?
Kim Guthrie is always like that. It's like, listen, if you're an A performer, you're here. If you're a B- or a C performer, I got no problem giving you the axe. And it was the truth. And you knew who the ones that who are at work going through the motions, and not really putting their all into it, or not giving it not giving it everything they got, or they don't really seem all that interested. You know that and in a lot of times when you fire that person, you're doing them a favor. Because they don't want to be in that place anymore anyway. That's just the security of a paycheck. Now they actually have to go out and hustle and find out what it is they do want to do and go after something that'll maybe make them happier.
That's the worst. The hustling, trying to find the next gig. I've only had to do that.
But you did it. You've had 25 jobs since I know you.
Oh, I'm radio. Oh, yeah, no. No, that to me, it's easier. It's easier when I don't care. Like, whatever.
Right.
I don't care about this job. I don't care if I get it. I hope I get it so I can have money, but if I don't, I'll apply to another one. And that was a completely different. And I always, listen, you know me. My work ethic is stellar. I will, except for on Thursdays when I do nothing. But I will always, even if I don't care about the job, like the data entry, mindless crap, I always performed to the best of my ability.
Because that's how you're wired.
But I also don't care at all. I'm not part of the office gossip. I don't need to be invited to the birthday celebration. I don't care. Leave me alone. I'm kind of like y'all.
I'm like, you just described me to a T.
I know. That's how I was at my other
I'll give you everything I got. Just don't talk to me.
Yes, that was it. And wrong, but that was it.
No, I don't want to go to your happy hour. No, I don't want to be,
don't
doing
care.
any of that stuff. Oh, man.
I love my job, just for the record. I love it. I work my butt off. I do. Don't fire me.
No one's firing you. You're good. Everything is going swell.
New blog post daily. I'm just really selling myself.
What's going on here? Hold on
I don't
a second. There we go. Somebody pressed buttons on me, scumbags. It's JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. We'll do Dead Guy in the Envelope at 12:15 and a lot more too. Be right back.
You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection. One that helps better their everyday through the things they value most. Friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming. You can skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, it's JP. You can say goodbye to the stress that comes along with showings, open houses, and costly home repairs. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate will sell your home fast and for maximum value. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home for top dollar. Just go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
Get ready. Welcome to Rockville is gearing up to take over the Daytona International Speedway from May 15th to 18th with Green Day, Korn, Shinedown, and Linkin Park. Plus, Bad Omens, Incubus, Good Charlotte, Rob Zombie, Alice in Chains, Pierce the Veil, Marilyn Manson, 3 Days Grace, Sublime, Hailstorm, I Prevail, Three Doors Down, Jimmy Eat World, Motionless in White, Bush, Chevelle, Mudvayne, and so many more. Welcome to Rockville. North America's largest rock festival is finally here. May 15th to the 18th in Daytona Beach. 5 stages, 4 days, and over 150 bands. Select passes on sale now at welcometorockville.com.
The $1,000 Mother's Day gift card match is happening from May 2nd through May 4th at the Gold and Diamond Source. Buy a gift card up to $1,000 and they'll match it with the second gift card with the same amount, giving you up to $2,000 in spending power. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 years. This means that if you finance $5,000, your monthly payment will be only $83. Best of all, your Gold and Diamond Source diamond never loses its value. Buy a gift card up to $1,000 and they'll match it with the second gift card with the same amount, giving you up to $2,000 in spending power. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 years. This means that if you finance $5,000, your monthly payment will be only $83. The Golden Diamond Source is minutes away from where you're headed in the Tampa Bay area. Visit them at 3800 Owenton Road, right off 275, or check them out online at goldendiamond.com. And make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond.
Your favorite undead wrapped rockers. Here Come the Mummies. Return to Clearwater at the Billheimer Capitol Theater, Saturday, July 26th. Some say they are cursed. Others say they are reincarnated Grammy-winning musicians. Don't miss the funk rock band, Here Come the Mummies, Saturday, July 26th at the Billheimer Capitol Theater. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at rutheckerdhall.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When we place our loved ones in a nursing home, we expect them to receive the best care. We meet with families who learn that their mothers and fathers, grandmothers and grandfathers have been terribly abused in nursing homes. Bed sores, malnutrition, broken bones, dehydration, and yes, even death. If you believe that a loved one has been abused or neglected while living in a nursing home, call us. The consultation is free.
Offices Tampa, St. Petersburg.
Time marches on, and a lot has changed. But one thing has not changed. Washington regulations on local stations. Regulations that make it tough for local TV and radio stations to compete with global big tech platforms. If you want to keep local news, weather, and live sports on TV and radio, we need updated regulations. Tell Washington to modernize the rules to help local stations compete. Learn more at nab.org/modernize the rules. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, back to JP.
JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio, 800-771-1025 is the phone number. So I was just dealing with the
I know.
a
He's not
doctor
going to
appointment.
make it.
I know. I'm in the middle of dealing with some unexpected medical stuff.
Well, at least it's not I'm just assuming that your daughter has gone to prom. Is she going to prom? This is the end of her high school. Does she care anymore? 'Tis the season.
I tell you what's weird. We were just talking about that yesterday because, the dresses are being bandied about the house. And
yes, exactly.
As a father, I had to shut some things down.
No, it's prom. So
don't tell me no. You're not going out looking like a hua.
It's not a whore. It's the style.
Hua, don't care. She's not walking out with an open back. She's not walking. No.
Oh, my God.
My daughter's got a giant rack, and it's not happening. It's not happening.
I'm sorry?
You heard me. It's not happening.
There's bread for ISO. Listen, an open back is not cleavage. Like that. What's wrong with an open back?
Because it was like both. It was just not. Anywho.
You're so old fashioned.
No guys looked at a back and went, oh,
I know, it's a back. I thought you were going to say cleave.
You've never seen a gorgeous woman walking and she walks past you and she looks beautiful from the front and then from the back she's got an open back and she's got long legs and shoes and like the whole deal.
You're saying you see her, then you see her back. I'm saying no one's seen the back and go, oh yeah, daddy likes. Like that's not.
I think I disagree with you there, but that's fine.
Can we admit that? And I'm not saying it's your daughter, you're the dad, whatever. But that's a little old fashioned to be open back. To be anti-open back. That's like not the worst.
I don't want to leave.
Like short skirt is one thing, super super mini, or like super deep plunged V-neck or whatever cleavage thing. But open back is not the worst thing she could do.
No, it's not the worst thing she can do. Anyway, let's there was so many things going on. Like some dude that it looks like she's going to go to the prom with, and now they're renting a prom house, and it's like, who is this gay? Who is this kid? Is he Italian? He's not.
So,
he's only half
that's
Italian.
just rude.
He's only half. Yeah, I asked every wrong question you could possibly ask.
What?
That's my job.
No, it's not to ask the wrong questions.
That is my job.
Your job is to ask whether he's Italian or not.
That's part of it.
It's really not, JP. And I know that you know that.
That's weird.
It's...
Why?
Okay, what if...
So you act like your mother would say, Mom, I met it. Let's get your mother out of this. Abuelita. You said you met a nice man. She's not going to say, is he Mexican?
No.
Yes, she is.
Nobody in my entire family has ever asked me that. Ever.
Okay. Well, I'm just telling you how it is in my house.
But here's the thing. I have to know, I guess I have to know what would happen if she said no versus if she said yes. I don't want to know, do I? I don't want to know. I'm afraid
I would have
know.
just broke balls. That's all.
But in the back of your head,
No, I don't really care. The truth of the matter is I don't really care about it.
the Italian sure did roll right off the tongue when you were listing things.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's cool. You know what it is? It was like when I first started coaching my son's team when he was little. He was like 3.5, 4 years old. And I wasn't supposed to coach. I was just going to be the dad on the sideline because that's really what I wanted to do this go around because I had had enough. And then I got roped into it. So then you got to go to this meeting and you got to take, basically we have a draft. And I don't know any of the kids. So I just took all the kids with the Italian last names. My whole team. All of them. And the reason is because with the families, at least I know what I'm getting. And Gareth will tell you, the most difficult part of coaching is what?
The parents.
Bang.
What are you getting with Italian parents?
I know what I'm dealing with.
But what are you dealing with?
I know you're going to deal with overzealous moms who, like, not my Anthony, my Dominic, that kind of thing. I'm going to deal with it. But I know how the conversations could go, and I don't have to worry about necessarily the way I speak and that kind of thing. And that was just my route. I didn't know these kids from a hole in the wall, so I might as well build like a little Italian national team.
Wow.
Might as well do it. We had fun. The kids won too. It was a good team.
I would have took all the Spanish names.
Huh? Yeah,
Gutierrez, get over here.
Yeah, not where I live, my friend. Not a whole hell of a lot of them.
I will say I have droughts.
Did that just get weird? I apologize. It's the truth.
No, you're all sectioned off. I get it.
It is. I told you.
I think the word you're looking for
is
is segregated.
Yes.
Not the word I'm looking for.
Okay.
I didn't make the towns. I didn't do it. I'm just here. I grew up here. This is getting very uncomfortable very quickly.
You said,
So your
wait,
daughter's-
what did you say?
I said I didn't make up the towns. I didn't make up the rules.
But you're also the guy who's like,
where I grew up.
is he Italian?
Yeah, I like the Italian kids. Little Anthony's going to be like, chances are there's going to be meatballs on the sideline on Sundays.
Good point. Okay.
They were 4 years old. It didn't matter. I didn't know the kids anyway.
Yeah.
So I took the Italian kids.
So your
You
daughter's
would've taken
prom
the spot, and
date's
you would've-
Italian, huh?
No, he's half.
Well,
He's half.
he's damaged goods then? How does that work?
The mother's half. The other half is German. I just asked the question.
I'm sure there's assumptions on the German side.
There's no assumptions. There's no nothing. I was just asking a question. It was in a moment where my daughter and I were having daddy-daughter day, and I got her to
Aw, I love that.
I got her to give up because she's very not that she's secretive. She keeps everything close to the vest, and she doesn't talk a whole hell of a lot about that kind of stuff. And I was able to kind of break through. And then I asked what the kid's first name was. She goes Sevi. I go, I'm sorry, what? She goes Sevi. I go, what the hell is that? And she goes, it's short for Severino. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. I go, what's the last name? He's like, something German. I'm like, okay, well.
Colloginal.
We're halfway there.
Colloginal, we'll call him C.
What if she was like DeMarcus?
Huh?
Would you be like, come again? That doesn't sound Italian.
Jesus
What's that now?
was his name.
What's that now? Where was this going? You were asking me about prom.
Oh, prom. Yeah, your daughter's going to prom and getting a house after, which is pretty cool.
They're getting a house a couple weeks, like a week later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. But I asked about limousines, and
Yeah, because that's part of the deal.
I thought it was, but I don't think it is anymore.
Ah.
They don't
'Cause
do
she
limousines now. They do like
they
luxury cars, right?
It's not even that. It's there was a bad accident or a couple of bad accidents years ago on Long Island, limo accidents, and a lot of the schools slammed the door shut on it.
Why? What is happening? It's so far removed from when we were kids.
Yeah.
It's just so far removed.
It's New York, the land of no. We live in the
land of
no.
safe and inclusion and happiness. There's nothing wrong with that.
Inclusion. We just said it was segregated.
Right.
Well, that is true. Well,
I
you
feel like
need inclusion.
the word segregated is a little. It's not segregated.
If you're separating Italians from the other
We're not
kids,
separating them.
It is segregated though.
It is.
Like,
You
you also
said-
have your,
you said
your
there's
different
neighborhoods.
areas.
Yeah.
There are towns where it's predominantly this, predominantly that, predominantly that exists. That's real. I can't even.
I'm sweating.
I didn't do it though. You guys make it sound like I set up the parameters. I'm
I
like,
feel like you don't have a problem with it, though.
Rodriguez, you're over there. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you're kind of comfortable and happy with it.
You're uptown. Get over there.
No, but to be honest with you, Monica, it's all I've ever known.
Yeah.
It's like, remember I told you a couple weeks ago when I went to go meet my cousins in Brooklyn. You want to talk about neighborhood to neighborhood. You talk block to block. It's different. And it's different within its own. So you have Jewish neighborhoods, then you got super Jewish neighborhoods, and then you got Jewish wearing a cap and that beaver-made hat that they got on their heads.
Oh, yeah. Remember you sent the picture, yeah.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago. I mean, that's just real. But anyway, about the prom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the limo thing, I don't know what the story is. I don't.
That's funny because that was always part of like who you're going in on the limo with, and it was like a whole. You felt special because it comes to pick you up, and everybody meets at the house. And so now, how are they getting
100%.
to and fro?
100%. I don't.
They just driving the damn selves?
I guess they're. Yeah. I mean, I guess so.
So because there is some limousine accident, whatever, with a bunch of people on a limousine, they're like, instead of that, let's all have them come separately.
Yeah, I don't know that.
No, I know. Well, I know for my daughter's junior prom, they had to go to the school. They were allowed to bring their cars to the school, and then they got bused to where the
like a
event
yellow
was.
bus, like a school
Yeah,
bus.
school buses, and then got bused to the event, and then got bused, back to the school afterwards.
At least you know that they're not drinking and driving. Like at the very least, everybody.
Right, but they're not drinking and driving in a limousine either.
True.
That's why I didn't understand the whole concept. What happened was in those two accidents, there were multiple fatalities.
Oh my gosh.
In both of the separate, and these are two separate incidents, but they happened in like the same prom. If I'm remembering it correctly, they happened in like the same prom season. And that was on the heels of a bad wedding limo accident.
Oh my goodness.
And
I know this story. Kevin Bacon came and saved Dan.
I was going to say this is so Footloose. I was literally going to say they're pulling a Footloose.
I never saw Footloose.
Well, because there was an accident that had drunk teens in a car, and they were like, "Oh, no more dancing, no more dancing. That's
Dance
bad."
is abolished here, yeah. And then Kevin Bacon danced all over the town. They're like, we kind of like dancing again.
And then they made dancing. Okay, they had to prove that people weren't going to drink and drive.
I never saw it.
I saw both versions.
I can tell you this though, your daughter's gonna love Florida after leaving that button-up town.
That is true.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's.
But hold on, can we admit also because of all of everything you're saying, that area of anybody's area needs inclusion forced down your throat because you don't have it. You're all just living in your voluntary segregated lives, and there you know nothing. Like you said, you grew up that way. You know nothing else. You need to be introduced to different things. Or
I'm good.
Stay that way. And that's the mindset of someone who hasn't been like you would never have, especially with your anxiety specifically. But like with me coming from a tiny town in Iowa that could fit inside Amalie Arena and have room left.
And it was like, so we had an area of town that was black, and we had an area of town that was, it wasn't so much Hispanic yet. It is now, but it's more shuffled in now. The town that I grew up in.
It'd be like you go to the bodegas in the Spanish town. You drive by the black town, lock your doors, go to the next town over.
You left that roll them up.
Roll the windows up and lock the doors. Yeah.
You're gonna be my undoing here. You know that, right? Because you're gonna say something, and I think it's funny because it's just us making fun of stereotypes, and then I'm gonna get popped for it because I'm the white guy. Mark's on line one. Go ahead, Mark. And it's your fault.
Hey,
you
guys.
know it now.
How you doing?
What's up, Mark?
So Hey, how you doing? JP, guys, love the show and everything. When you were telling the stories about your father, they remind me of my father, and I grew up in Queens. And it's like you talk about neighborhoods. That's just how it was. Like you can't explain it, and nothing against you, Monica, but you didn't grow up in that element.
I grew up in a tiny town in Iowa where there was 80% Mexicans and 20% white people. I was used to being amongst my own people.
So in my town, it was 80% white and 20% black people.
Okay, but my point is that was all I knew. And then I got exposed to different things. And I think it's a good thing to be exposed to other things. I don't want to live that way my entire life.
Well, I'm 53. I've been exposed to everything there is to be exposed to.
You haven't had to
At
live.
You're not wrong.
awesome,
It's an awesome thing. And I went from, living in New York to living in Indiana for 20 years, and that was culture shock. And I'm a middle-aged white guy, it's not like, but I'm Italian. I grew up in Queens, which was in an Italian, Irish, and Greek neighborhood. I went to Catholic school, so it was Catholic. Our centricity, which is a bad word, was Catholic. We had black kids, white kids, Indian kids, but we were all Catholic. So you talk about the neighborhoods. My grandparents lived in Brooklyn. On Sundays, we used to drive and go through the neighborhoods, but it was Sunday, so you had your Christian and your Jewish neighborhood. So you would drive through a Hispanic neighborhood, Catholic. So not a lot going on in the street. Then you would go through a black neighborhood, Christian, Catholic, not going up. Hasidic Jewish neighborhood. Sunday is Saturday, so you've got school and work, and you've got the coats and the hats and the curls, and you're a little Catholic kid never saw that. Then you go into the Italian neighborhood, where, no lie, we used to trade the ice cream and meatball sandwiches for ice cream. But it's the neighborhood. But I don't want to take a lot of time, but I want to go back to something you were saying a couple of weeks ago about, I also say saw. I saw a movie, and my friends make fun of me. Go out to YouTube and watch something called If These Knishes Could Talk, A History of the New York Accent. It will explain it perfectly if you've not seen it already.
If These Knishes Can Talk?
If These Knishes Can Talk, A History of the New York Accent. It's free on YouTube. And they talk about, like, you don't have a New York accent. You have an Italian Queens accent. You have an Irish Bronx accent, because it's where your people came from, where they settled, and how they learned English or American. So
I'll check it out, Mark. Thanks, man.
Give it a shot. Okay, great. Bye.
Monica, why did you bring up the prom in the first place?
Because I saw this article. Well, that's why I was asking, how do they get to and fro? Because I saw an article that said Uber is getting in on the game. I guess they know that people aren't taking limos anymore, and they are offering to and from rides. You get like a $20, I guess.
Yeah, they did the same. We talked about something similar a couple of months ago. If you proved that you failed your road test, you got to.
That's right.
Remember, if you failed your road test, you just had to show proof that you failed, and you got free Uber rides for like a month. It was like $20, $50 worth of Uber rides you got.
Yeah, listen, Uber's trying to get in the game, but I don't know. Is it the same? And would you, as a father, after your anti-back stance, open back stance, would you want to put your daughter into an Uber to go to prom? Do you feel comfortable? Because
like I said, I don't know if it's going to be the case. I would tell them to get a limousine and just have their limousine drop you off a half a block away from the place and just go. That's what I would tell them.
Would you pay for it?
I would chip in for it with the other parents. I'm not paying for other people's kids.
Yeah,
hell no.
Well, then but with an Uber, you would get. I guess they would go with their friends in the Uber, and apparently on this whole offer, you have to have the Teen Uber app, which they have like extra strict guidelines, and so for parents to feel safe. But I mean, listen, what would be if they don't care about limos? To me, I'd be like, oh my God, I'm arriving in an Uber. This is embarrassing.
Isn't the limo better for like the girls in the dresses? They got more leg room. They're not scrunched up, obviously, on a bus or like even in Uber. You're all scrunched up in one.
Listen, man, I totally get it. I'm with you. I don't understand why the limousine is a bad option, but I guess they don't want the kids showing up drunk, and if they're in the limousines, they're drinking in the limousine, so they have that problem as well.
I think it's kind of cool that kids aren't into the status of it all. Like, to me, it was cool to throw up into a limo.
If I had it my way, I had to show up in a helicopter.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but they're not. Apparently, that's not. It's not images of the thing, which I think is kind of cool because in high school, that's all it was for us was image.
Do you guys have photos of your high school prom that you can find?
I do have photos of me. It's at home, obviously, but I do have pictures of me in my blue dress.
I do not know, but I will give a look. If I do have it, I know where it is. But if it's not in that spot, then I won't have it. But I'll get it for you. You want to talk about a mullet? Boy.
Oh, yeah, you got to find that.
I will rock that bitch.
You got to find that.
Are you in any stage of your, what did you say, fat Chinese baby?
No, not even close.
Okay.
I was high school. I was a 128-pound soccer player, man.
Yeah.
So it's Throwback Thursday. If you go and you know exactly where it is, will you post it?
I will, yeah. I'll post it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, I can't wait. I want to see that.
I know, me too.
I want to see this mullet.
I got to see if I can find it. Black tux, red tie, and cummerbund.
red clip-on.
Or
Yeah,
someone
of
tied
course.
it for you. Oh, okay.
No, it's a bow tie. You
A
get it
bow
from-
tie?
You went bow tie.
You went bow
It was
tie
a-
with it?
For tuxedos, that's what it was then, dude.
Oh.
You're talking about 35 years ago.
Were there ruffles on the white shirt?
It was almost 40 years ago. What, 35? No, 35 years ago. Oh my
Was
God.
it like penguin style at the back? Where like
No, no tails. Some guys went
Top
with
hat?
tails. Tails was a thing at that point still, believe it or not.
I feel like white tuxes were a thing at some point.
That
and
was my 9th grade prom. I went with Krista Cook.
Powder
I
blue cummerbund?
No. Ready for this?
Oh, no.
Pink.
Oh, you were cool wearing the pink. That was
I was white tux, pink tie, and cummerbund.
hot. A mullet. You left off mullet.
I don't think I was in 9th grade. I don't think I was rocking the mullet yet.
Did you have a tail?
No, never. No, that was not. You think I walk in my house with a tail? How long do you think that was?
Mullet's okay. Tail,
How
no
long?
way.
That's the line.
Well, the mullet was a thing with my father. That drove him crazy. He didn't like his son with long hair.
What did he want? High and tight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also, but he's also like me. He doesn't like it, but he's too lazy to do anything about it. However, if I would have had a tail, he would have lit it on fire. He would have, no doubt, he would have just taken a lighter and lit the tail on fire.
He'd
He'd have put me out
with that.
He'd have put me out, but he would have lit it on fire. There's no doubt.
He could just cut that thing off in the middle of the night, and you wouldn't know.
Look at the way I'm looking at you. There is no doubt in my mind that would have been my father's way to get rid of the tail, would be to light it.
You can't just cut it off when you're
No.
sleeping. You have to burn it.
Yeah, he would
The
have.
violence in that guy. He was just violent.
Man, you know, it's funny.
That's all you ever knew right there.
Of course, it's all I ever
That
knew.
explains a lot because you go straight to violent. Like
Yeah.
there's no like leading up to it. It's just this is what I want to do. I will kill that person.
Well, there's also things that you call violent that I don't see violent. Like if somebody's being a douchebag and they get hit with a taser, that's not violence. That's just trying to. It's not violence. It's violence if they pistol whip him with the taser and then buzz him. That's violence.
Okay.
But if the guy is not, putting his hands up, not doing what he's supposed to do, and they get him with the taser, that's just most of the time funny. Okay. The fact that you don't find people getting tased funny is crazy to me.
It's too much of an empath in me. I gotta bum. What if that were you? That would suck so bad if it were you, and you know it would suck.
But it wouldn't be me because I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it.
I still don't. I just feel bad.
Don't you taser me, man. Remember
me,
that?
bro.
Don't taser me, bro.
Yeah.
Should I try and find that? It'll take me a half hour to find it.
Wasn't that here at Florida Gators?
Was it? I don't remember.
I think so.
Ago.
Don't tase me, bro.
Yeah.
That's what
And the
it
guy
was.
was in the courtroom and he was trying to protest.
You can hear him screaming in the background.
This sounds so painful.
It was so great. It was so it was so great. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah, to answer your question, not sure about the prom stuff with my daughter, but my son did pass his road test yesterday. So
Oh, get out! So then
Yeah,
your son can drive him. Just kidding.
he's off and running.
Good for him. Now, now what's the next step now? Because is that a learner's permit? I don't know how that works.
He's got his junior license.
Which
so
is?
to and from, it's only supposed to be to and from work, but I'm letting him use it for school. And
Solo. He didn't have to have an adult in the car or whatever.
correct.
Okay.
And then he still has to, believe it or not, he still has to take driver's ed in order to get his
Insurance
full license at 17, which is August. So
Just a few months. He's good.
he's cool. He's happy. He's happy. I'm happy. He deserves it.
And he's like basically, I mean, I know your daughter's still there, but I mean, she's 1 foot out the door. So he's going to be like the only kid there who can also drive himself around at that point after your daughter's gone early next year.
I feel like I just spent the last 17 years wandering the desert carrying a bag of boulders on my
Yes.
back.
Yeah.
And I was finally able to just put them down yesterday.
Yep, exactly.
Now I can be like, okay, I'm not going to get that phone call. Can somebody come get me?
Don't
Can you drive us to Buffalo Wild Wings? Dad, can you drive us to the gym? Like, it's over.
forget
It's
though.
over.
Don't forget, you volunteer. You're like, you saw that bag of rocks, boulders, and you're like, hey, I want to put that on my shoulders. Yeah, that sounds really good. I'm going to do that. Let's do it. We'll put it on
Monica,
your shoulders.
they leave that out of the brochure.
Yeah, I know. I snuck a peek at a new brochure, and it was not that bag of boulders for me.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Let's have some summer fun in the summer sun Bone fam, it's the Neutral Summer of Music. Presented by Neutral. Win tickets to some of the summer's biggest shows like Thomas Rhett, Katy Perry, Jason Aldean, and more. Plus, score Neutral summer gear, including hats and coolers. Scan the QR code at participating Florida Circle K's, Miller's Ale House, or at the Blind Goat in Tampa to enter. Neutral. Keep it tasty. Visit theboneonline.com for more details.
When you hire Bernetti PA for your injury case, we make the process easy for you to monitor. We provide you our app so that you can monitor your case at any time. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
Suppressor Fest is back at Shark Coast Tactical. If you missed the last Suppressor Fest, this is your chance to gear up on all things suppressors. Will is having deals on all suppressor brands in the shop. You heard that right. All cans on sale. If you don't have a suppressor yet, what are you waiting for? There'll be killer deals on everything in the shop, free swag, and amazing giveaways. So get to Shark Coast Tactical this Saturday, May 3rd for Suppressor Fest 9. Shark Coast Tactical is often imitated, never duplicated. They're located on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. Find them on social media and make sure you tell them you heard about it on the Mike Calta Show.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in a car accident, call America's largest injury law firm. For over 35 years, my mission has been to deliver more for our clients, to deliver more for you. Injured? Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 live teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a live teller near you at cadencebank.com/live teller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Taco lovers, Hooters has 3 ways to win this summer. Shrimp tacos, mahi tacos, or crispy tender tacos. All served with curly fries or tots. Taste the new flavors now at Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
Get rid of that musty, dusty smell in your home with the help from the Zero Res Air Duct experts. Mention me, Galvin, and get $50 off your next air duct cleaning. Just use promo code AIR50 when scheduling online at ZeroResTampaBay.com.
If you're in the market for a car, chances are you've heard all about those confusing 25% auto tariffs, additional costs added to both new and used cars, and ultimately passed on to you. But don't stress, because at Auto Lenders in Palm Harbor, we have a unique way of getting inventory without the tariffs. So you can choose from the finest one-owner cars, trucks, and SUVs. They're totally tariff-free, which means you're totally free to save thousands more. See for yourself at Auto Lenders in Palm Harbor, a tariff-free way to buy a car.
1 in 4 Americans have a disability. I'm one of them. I'm also a working mom who cares deeply about making sure every child with a disability thrives by getting their access needs met. We've got a trusted ally by our side. Easter Seals provides children and families the foundation for lifelong success through early learning programs, skills training, and prep for college and career. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Join us at easterseals.com.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensated for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
And now, back to JP.
JP, 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. 800-771-1025 is the phone number. If you want to play along with the conversations, we would love to have you. We'll do that guy in the envelope in about 25 minutes or so. I wanted to get to the story about, did you guys see this? The nurse. It's like, move over, teachers. Nurses are getting in on the banging the young kids.
Yeah.
Did you both see it?
No. You read the whole article?
No. I sure did.
Oh,
dude.
It's some smut right there.
It
What?
sure is.
Yeah.
Like, it's the one thing we always say shoddy journalism because it's always like the articles seem to always be missing like important details and that kind of thing. Not this one. So there's a woman, she's a nurse in Florida. Her name is Alexis Von Yates.
Why she got to be in Florida, damn it?
She's 35 years old. And she ended up banging her stepson.
Ew.
15-year-old stepson. And they're calling him they're calling him the victim. He says, so what happened was the husband's at work, and Diz, if I'm missing anything, fill in the blanks.
Yeah, I think like the son doesn't live with the dad, right?
So
yeah.
the son was visiting for a summer vacation with the father. The father was working. Right, he's a lineman for, I guess, one of the utility companies, right?
And there's a photo of him. Not a bad-looking dude at all.
Not a bad-looking guy at all. She's a beautiful woman, too. And so the kid's 15 years old. He's sitting on the couch and watching TV with his stepmom. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. They're hitting the weed pen and just kind of hanging out watching TV. And then she turns on a horror movie and says that the movie is boring and all this kind of craziness. And next thing you know, they start making out on the couch. She puts on a movie called The Terrifier with the stepson. The teen's father was still at work. The two began talking. The woman brought up how horny she was to her 15-year-old stepson. Okay? Then he goes in, he starts kissing her on the neck.
Ew, he's 15.
He starts kissing her on the neck and the whole deal. And then she says something to the line of, I wish you were 18. You're too young.
Ew.
And she said she's all horny because she hadn't had sex in 2 weeks and she had her period.
2 weeks.
Right?
Bitch.
And then physical contact began with just cuddling and making out before the pair engaged in oral and intercourse. Raw dogging it.
Yeah. A little slut.
Raw dogging it, right? So then they're in the middle of this. The father walks in the house. Father/husband walks in the house.
This is a porn. This is literally a porn.
Yeah.
100%. Walks in the house. The son takes off running into the bathroom with his pants around his ankles. The wife is naked on the blanket. They start yelling at each other, the couple, right? Then the teen was then rushed to the grandparents' house. He packed his things. His father's yelling at her. He called her a C word, and a child predator.
Wow, that's true.
Right? And then the kid also overheard the woman telling the child, the father, that it was because he looked so much like you when you were younger. Right? So lame.
You lying bitch. That is smooth to a certain degree, though.
Yeah. And then the next day, the teen called his stepmom, and she said she wished they weren't caught, so they could have practiced edging into the morning. So in other words, keep going and like think you're gonna go, and you know that whole thing, and then I'll go and go and go and go and go. The thing is, it wasn't even the father/husband that called the cops.
Oh, someone called the cops?
Someone else, another family member, found out about the story, and they're the ones who reported her. She immediately got taken into custody. She's lost her license while she's awaiting trial.
Yeah, you think?
How about it?
The funny thing, when they were talking, she was like, "Oh, it looks so big. It's like your dad's, but with younger skin." And she asked him to rate how she was. He said 7 out of 10, which is not amazing.
This 15-year-old gave her a 7 out of 10.
How do you know what's good and what's bad? And also, anything is good for you, you little brat.
Well, he said he's been around the block. This kid sounds like a stud. I'm not gonna lie.
You said in that story, you said he started kissing her neck. So did he initiate it and she just didn't say no?
No, she was.
She was like, I'm horny. She can say I'm horny all day long, but he...
There were other instances of where she's flirted with the kid in the past. One time she was making whipped cream and she put stuff on her tongue and stuck it out. And she's like, yeah, you like that, right? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this kid went to his summer vacation with his dad. He knew damn well he was going to be banging his stepmom or something.
Well, listen,
something.
This is bad. I'm not saying it's good, but God bless America. At least it was a step. Like there was no incest. You know what I mean?
Okay.
At least, I mean, it's horrible.
And I'm coming at it from at least it wasn't a teacher.
I don't know. I don't know if nurse makes it any better.
How many of these stories have we done with as a teachers? Like finally, some other professions are getting in the mix.
You gotta hate your pops though to do this.
You gotta hate your pops.
You can't be like.
Well, you know what though? as a 15-year-old.
Yeah, that's true too.
You just care about.
Yeah,
getting
well,
some.
you're probably right because all the porn you saw, you're like, this is my moment. It's my time to shine.
Right.
So I guess you're kind of right. Yeah.
The father said, "I hate you. You ruined my life." The whole deal.
Oh, their relationship's over though.
Done. Got to be done.
You can't come back after that.
And then
he
the
became
mother,
dad after that. The son.
And then think about this:
Became
like
daddy.
the mother who sent her son to go visit his dad on summer vacation. Now, her 15-year-old boy was sexually abused.
Yeah.
On the father's watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a nightmare.
Yeah. No visitation. You're gonna. Well, not that he probably doesn't want it anymore. Once you sleep with my woman and you're my kid, I think our relationship's over.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
But also, this kid is pretty amazing. for
No,
what he did.
no, and no.
He got her to do all of that, and then even after that, he was like, 7 out of 10. I've had better.
That's the thing. Who in the F do you think you are, you little...
You'd think you would be like 9, 10, 10. I want it again. He's
yes.
like, it's all right. For your age, good.
The part where she said, "I wish you were older."
Ew.
And then literally, it says here, the pair cuddled closer when the 15-year-old first started kissing her on the neck, and the pair proceeded to make out. Yates allegedly saying, "I wish you were 18 because you're not old enough." And then moments later, kicked off her panties, and the pair engaged in oral and intercourse.
Oh, dude got oral, too?
Sure did. Well, maybe she did.
How was he saying 7? Oh,
Well, maybe
ew.
she,
Okay.
Maybe she did.
Yeah. It's just not.
Well, she should have done better. Got a better rating. Or maybe that's his trick. He's such a stud that she's like, 7, I'll show you a 9 or 10.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's a
And
good
then
move.
she said, prior to the alleged sexual assault, Yates allegedly engaged in several acts of seduction and overt flirtation toward the minor. Quote, "I bet everybody thought you were my little boy toy."
Oh, yeah.
When they left, they were at the gym together, and they left the gym.
They were doing gym trips together, man.
Right. And then here's the one. It said Yates allegedly made a show of making whipped cream and then putting some on her tongue and stuck it out in the mirror. Quote, "Oh, you like that?"
That's the thing. You say that it's just seduction. There's no seducing a 15-year-old. You just let him know you want it, and he's on. He's on
she's
the case.
grooming him. She's
Right.
grooming him. It's not
That's
just
what that
seduction.
is.
It's grooming. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's planting the seeds and then,
And this
getting him
poor
to
kid-
think it's okay, too.
This poor guy just came home from work and found his whole life blown up.
Took a double shift. Who knows if it was to pay for something for the kid, too.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
Hey,
her.
I know he's been working hard. He wants that car.
Right.
Ain't getting that car now.
She lost her license. She's not going to work anymore.
The 15-year-old also told the cops that in the week leading up to the alleged sexual encounter, that she would regularly speak to him about being horny. The day after the incident, Yates had the gall to call the boy, saying she wished they had kept having sex and that her husband had not discovered them, the affidavit says. Then she said, she asked the 15-year-old to rate her sexual performance, to which he replied 7 out of 10.
That's my favorite part of it.
That is the best part of the story.
What's happening in this world?
I hate that this kid's 15. We can't see a photo of him.
Right.
Like, does he look like he should be in a boy band? Is this
Right.
the handsomest kid ever?
Does he come out later when he's 18? Does he come out? Yeah, I was that guy. Get right in the 7. Yeah, that was me.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
You know what she's going to need, though?
What?
She's
What?
probably going to need $1,000.
Here we go, Bone fam. The Bone Bonus. Presented to you by Farah and Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com. This hour's Bone Bonus keyword is
bucks, as in you could win $1,000. All you have to do is head to the 1025 The Bone app, the free 1025 The Bone app, and enter the word bucks. You have until 12:30 for your shot to win $1,000 with the Bone Bonus. We wish you nothing but the best of luck. We'll take a break, a couple minutes. We'll come right back. That guy in the envelope right around 12:15. We'll be right back.
Did you miss the Mike Calta show today?
I got a nice text yesterday. You'll never in a million years guess from who. I'll tell you, it's somebody that I don't think ever texted me before, and somebody who I would just assume doesn't like me.
I thought you were trying to narrow it down.
You people.
Listen to the Mike Calta Show every weekday morning at 6 a.m. on The Bone.
Or anytime with the full show replay.
On the free 102.5 The Bone app. You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone.
This Friday from 11 to 2, stop by the grand opening of the brand new Circle K in Wesley Chapel on Curly Road. Stock up for the weekend with $1.25 Bud Light 16-ounce aluminums, score giveaways, and more. It's all happening at the new Circle K in Wesley Chapel. Let's go.
Involved in a car accident? We understand the pressure you're under. Call Farah and Farah. Tampa.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
I'm sure everyone says this, but my mom really deserves the world. This year, I finally found a Mother's Day gift that comes close. She loves Hellsberg, so I'm getting her these timeless gold earrings she can enjoy for years to come. They feel special enough to show how much I truly appreciate everything she does for me. And I mean everything. I even sent my dad a link to the Diamond Eternity band he'll be getting her, too.
Save up to 50% on Mother's Day gifts Mom will cherish forever. Visit Hellsberg.com or a store near you.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming. You can skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, it's JP. You can say goodbye to the stress that comes along with showings, open houses, and costly home repairs. My friends at Mark Spain Real Estate will sell your home fast and for maximum value. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home for top dollar. Just go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Baseball is back, and as always, the name of the game in baseball is to go home and be safe. Nobody protects all the pieces of your life like Italiano Insurance. Whether it's home, auto, business, boat, or life, Italiano wants to keep your family safe. You can never predict what's going to happen in a baseball game, and you can never predict what's going to happen in life. So call the trusted agents at Italiano to make sure all your bases are covered. Head to ItalianoInsurance.com today for more information.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Tampa injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Stingray Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Steve Hurley, owner of Stingray Chevrolet. Well, we have completely eliminated the dealer fee. This will automatically save you up to $1,500. So do yourself a favor. Ask the dealer, what is your dealer fee? You have a choice, because at Stingray on I-4 in Plant City, there is no dealer fee. So when we say relax and enjoy the difference, that difference can save you a lot. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
Stingray Chevrolet. Relax, enjoy the difference.
I'm still going for it, even with higher stroke risk from atrial fibrillation and a regular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Over a 3-year study, Eliquis apixaban tablets reduce stroke risk better than warfarin, and over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke. A first stroke occurred in 2.9% of warfarin patients versus 2.3% of Eliquis patients.
Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without asking your doctor. It may increase your stroke risk. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding, unusual bruising, or tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. Medications such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners may increase bleeding risk. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
102.5 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Guys, if I could just have your attention.
Let's go! Turn it on now!
You might want to check this one out.
All right, here we go!
Stay right where you are.
Stand by to broadcast. Okay, people, let's do this.
Now we're ready to roll.
And now, it's JP.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
It's JP with Monica and Dizzy, 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Hour number 2 brought to you by JustCallMo.com, Tampa's injury attorneys. If you missed it a few minutes ago, the Bone bonus for the 12 o'clock hour is $bucks. So go to the app, and you have till 12:30. What'd you say?
I'm telling you, you're not supposed to say that. Oh,
I'm telling you, I'm allowed to because they make us do it on the other show.
All right.
Nobody's told me I'm not allowed. Nobody's told. Anyway,
She's calling the police, it looks like.
Get out of here. The whole monitor's ratting me out.
John Brennan or the police.
Is she calling? Is she really calling the other room? That's funny. Anyway, put the word Bucks in, and if you get a phone call within, right after 12:30 with a number that you don't know, it's probably us giving you $1,000. So answer the damn phone. 800-771-1025. We'll do Dead Guy in the Envelope in a few minutes. But what I wanted to get to first was you and Monica both got your way because that dude from the Atlanta Falcons, they got fined.
Yeah,
Did you
I
see
saw
it?
that.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
The whatchamacallit, the Falcons got $250,000 fine, and the father, Jeff Ulbrich, the defensive coordinator, got hit for $100,000. Now I can only fathom what would happen if I cost my father $100,000.
Yeah. What do you think the punishment is at that point? Like, I imagine he's a college kid, probably had a car. He's probably like, well, that's mine now. Coming back to Pops,
I guess so. Unless the Falcons are covering it, but why would they?
What'd John Brennan say, Monica?
that was my...
He said he was good? He's like, it's
no.
fine.
I apologize. I had to take that. That was my apartment complex because, I've been back and forth. I have a lot to think about. I don't know what to do here.
Well, hold on to that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
that sounds
you know
juicy.
me. I help you make the best decisions.
I know, and I'm going to need help because I feel like my knee-jerk reaction is yes, but maybe it's not. I don't know.
Okay, so we'll hit that after Dead Guy. All right, don't forget. But in the meantime, I wanted to get to this one because now, so for those of you who don't know, over the weekend, Shedeur Sanders got prank called, like that he was being drafted by the Saints, but it turned out to be a prank call, and it also turned out to be the son of the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. His name is Jeff Ulbrich. Jeff Ulbrich left his iPad out that had the phone numbers for the kids that were in the draft and for the specific contact numbers that were associated with draft in case the NFL teams wanted to get in touch with these kids. They had that phone. Anyway, the son found the number for Shedeur Sanders, prank called him as if he was being drafted by the Saints, and it turned out to be a prank call. And then the Saints called, and then the kid called Shedeur and apologized, and then put stuff out on social media. And you thought Monica, and you would have thought that Monica and Dizzy, that this kid committed murder. They wanted his ass, they wanted his head on a stick, the whole deal. But now they got it because there had to be some sort of fines. Falcons got $250,000, and the coach got $100,000.
Good. It was a stupid thing to do.
But it also turns out that Shedeur Sanders was not the only one that was prank called that day.
Oh, by them?
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't know that.
I don't know, but I would assume the Abdul Carter is another one that got prank called. He said he got prank called.
Man.
The day of the draft. I would assume it had to be the same kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if those numbers weren't given out, it had to be.
How good is this guy as a coach? Because me personally, I would get him off of my coaching staff.
I don't trust
need
you anymore.
Yeah, your son did a dumb thing. You just allowed this to happen. Not personally, like you didn't tell your son to go do it.
No.
But this happened the same way with the dad, with the son. This happened under your watch. You know what I mean?
I don't trust you with any sensitive information. Not that you're going out and blabbing, but that you don't protect it enough for me to be comfortable with you on my staff.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want anybody to lose their job, but I don't know how.
Are you sure?
I don't know how.
Feels that way.
Well, I don't know how do you rebuild the trust? Like, if I give you this exclusive number, if I give you this exclusive inside scoop of any kind,
yeah.
How do I know you're not going to? I don't think you're going to protect it. Like, I need you to protect it.
Yeah.
The trust is gone.
I don't know. There's kids walking around those draft. I find it hysterical now because it's like, if you see the war rooms these days around the drafts, there's kids running around all over them.
In the
all
war
over
rooms,
the place.
yes.
They're bringing their families and they're bringing their families around and everything else. I don't know. They have access to stuff. They can start making prank calls, I guess, if they wanted to.
In the war rooms themselves are there's no families running around. It's I don't know who's related.
Oh yes,
to
there
whom,
were.
But I'm saying there's a lot of people. I don't know if anybody's related
And
or if
kids.
it's just random. I didn't
saw
see any.
kids.
Not in the war room. I saw it in the outside in the green room where all the players are.
No. Who the hell was it? Because they were doing the.
I didn't see that.
They were making the phone call and the row in San Francisco. It was San Francisco, and I watched it on Hey Rookie, welcome to the NFL, which is I think it's on the NFL Network. That's the one I was telling you about the other day that had the rookies, and it had Abdul Carter, and it had the running back from Boise State. Remember I told you that the other day? I was
Boise
watching
State,
a really
yes,
cool
I do.
show.
Now I do.
It's called Hey Rookie, welcome to the NFL. That's where I saw it, and it was John Lynch picking up the phone, making a phone call to some player that had slid all the way down the line, but they showed the war room and the phone calls being made. There's kids running around the.
If you mean kids like 5-year-olds, okay, they're not the ones that are going to get the phone numbers or whatever. But I don't know that there was anybody and I didn't see that. But I just need whoever's in the war room. They are there because they're not just Joe Schmo off the street. They have the knowledge that they need to protect
members.
whatever information. They're not texting their people saying, "Hey, we're about to pick so and so."
You know what's funny? You said this whole story, and I said they should fire the guy. When I heard this story and there was kids in the war room, I was going, "I'd fire that guy too."
Yeah, why are you bringing your work here with you?
I'm trying to draft this.
You're not firing the owner. It's probably his grandkids that are the ones that are running around there.
Yeah, I'm over here trying to draft a prospect, and your kid's trying to show me his stupid dance. It's like, I don't want to see this.
We got business to conduct here. It shouldn't be.
So anyway, it cost $250,000 to the Falcons and $100,000 to the coach. I remember the time I cost my father. Oh, Dizzy, you probably don't know the story. Monica does. When I was in high school, I was flushing my condoms down the toilet.
Oh yeah,
at my house.
Oh, that's right.
And I came home one day, and there's construction going on my front lawn. They're putting in new cesspools. I don't think anything of it. I get out of the car. And all these dudes are laughing at me. My father, my next door neighbors were outside because, when there's work going on in the house, everybody's got to come over and inspect and then act like they know what they were doing. Yeah. So what kind of cesspool you put in there? You doing
I
a
would have
full
used
cinder block?
Right, 220,
221, what kind of amps?
Yeah.
So it was like two of my neighbors, my father, and all of the construction guys. And they're all laughing at me. All of them are laughing at me. Not with me, at me. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? My father goes, hey, jerk off, stop flushing your rubbers down the toilet.
Rubbers is funny too.
Right? Stop flushing your rubbers down the toilet. And then you look down, you can see they were all just laying on top. But it cost my father $5. He's like, you just cost me $5,000. Get in the house.
My God.
Because he had to do that. At that time, it was $5,000 to replace the cesspool or fix it or have it. It wasn't pumped. No, it had to be replaced. So I cost him $5,000. And it was all fun and games outside when all the other dudes were in the house. But when we got inside, like, he really wanted to be pissed. Yeah. But I think part of him was happy that his son was getting laid.
Oh, my God.
Yeah,
That's
so
not
much
a
that caused
thing.
a pile up, dog.
So I didn't get...
so many condoms.
Traffic jam down there.
Right. So I didn't... my mother was just... My mother couldn't look at me in the eye. She couldn't look me in the eye.
Her little baby boy is having sex.
I don't even know what to do here. And I never told my girlfriend at the time because she would never come back to the house.
Then everybody knew that she got laid.
If I told her, there's no way she would have ever come back to the house.
See, and that's the damn ass sexism right there. Is you are the hero, everybody's busting your balls, your dad's all proud and not as mad at you as he should be, and the girl's a whore.
No, it's not that she's a whore. They just know that they're having sex. She's having sex with their son in their house. I don't think it looked at her like she's a whore. High school kids having sex. It is what it is.
Everyone was laughing at you when you got out. They were all like...
Dude, they were hysterical.
And
I'm like, my father never laughs. I'm like, what is going on here? This must have been a great joke.
Did any of the workers say stuff to you? I imagine.
No, they were laughing. It was like my father. I pulled up and my father said, "Shh, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes," and gave him permission to all give me crap.
What if your son did the same thing? Like, what if? Because it's like
laugh.
Yeah, I'd probably laugh.
Yeah.
Is he in trouble? Is he
pissed?
I can't say this. Like, if it was just me, if it was just my son, it's one thing. But if it was just my daughter and I had to replace the whole septic system,
you better have the same answer, sir.
I do not have the same answer.
You better have the same G-darn answer, mofo.
Whore.
No. No. But she's having safe sex. You should be proud of that.
There is that. I think that was my saving grace with my mother.
Yeah, you were being.
At least he's using condoms.
Is that how she sounded?
No.
All the workers were like, "Hey kid, you flushed so many condoms down there, it caused the pile." They always sound like Andrew Dice Clay to me.
Yeah, they do. Oh, absolutely.
Like
Look at this kid over here
down there, huh?
That was another one of the. You know, it's
Rubbers.
weird. It's like there are just certain days that you just remember, and and clearer than everything else.
Yeah.
And for no real reason.
Yeah.
Like there are things and we were talking about something else this morning on the other show. Roger had said there was a story about some weed that was like, it was basically weed with hash oil and keef.
Okay.
All right. And the guy said, the cop said it was like smoking 50 joints. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not like smoking 50 joints. But then we got into a conversation about my buddy John, who I had a party at my house one time and thought he opened up a cigarette and took the tobacco out of a cigarette and packed a bong with it and did a bong hit and dropped to the floor. We thought he was going to die. Thought he was going to die on the spot. And he's coughing, he's turning green. Like you're not supposed, like you take a drag from a cigarette, you're taking like a little bit of a, you see how slow, when you to smoke a cigarette usually takes like 7-8 minutes from beginning to end.
Really?
A regular size cigarette, yeah. But you see,
Same
like
for
when
a
you take
marijuana cigarette?
No, that'll burn faster, I think. But anyway, so you take a drag off a cigarette, you see how little it really moves in the grand scheme of things, right? Well, you take that, you open it up, and you pack a bong with it. And he pulled it and filled that chamber, and the chamber was just dark smoke. And he hit it, and boom, hit the floor, and that was the end of that. We were just like, it was in my kitchen.
So I don't really do dabs too much, because that happened to me when I did.
What's a dab? Senny just sent me a text and said they call those moon rocks.
Yeah.
There's a name for it. Oh my God. What is a whole other language I don't know?
The first time it's like the wax concentrate is what dabs are, right? They heat the thing up. And then they put the wax on and it burns and then you smoke it. So the first time I did that, it was at my cousin's house and we were going to like McDonald's or something like that. And they're like, "Oh, you got to try this dab thing before we go." I'm like, "All right." And I hit it and I inhaled it and I let it go. And I remember coughing crazy and then asking everyone if we were going to go, like, where are we going out to eat? But what had happened was I hit it, I started coughing, passed out on the couch, and woke up immediately asking everyone where we're going. Like, it was like 10 seconds of like, is this guy dead? And then I woke up like it was nothing. Like there was no delay in what happened to me. And I was like, that just happened? They're like, yeah, you passed out, eyes closed. 5 seconds later, popped up. I'm like, whose car are we taking? You taking yours? We're mine? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
we got to get something to eat, right?
Yeah. And I was like, I probably shouldn't do that drug anymore because it sounds like I'm not good at it.
Probably stay away from that.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Okay, you guys are crazy.
Oh, okay.
This is the same guy who lived. So he lived to tell the tale of the cigarette bong hit after a while. Only till like a few months later, we were at a party and decided to. There was a friend of mine had like little lizards, and one of them was dead, and somebody decided to chop it up, and my buddy ate it.
What?
He ate a piece of the lizard and ended up almost dying of salmonella poisoning.
Oh my God!
I gotta know what part.
I don't remember. I don't remember if he ate the head or the tail.
I heard that story, and in my head I went, "That's some white people stuff, bro."
Yeah, it is.
Ain't no brothers like,
and he's
hey,
not
man,
even white.
He's not white.
He's
What was he?
Vietnamese.
Oh, okay. I was like, he ain't no brother. Ain't no
Well,
brother.
he's half.
Like,
he's half Vietnamese and half Italian.
Oh, okay. So you would have half liked him. That's it.
Nah, he's one
What's
of my
your
good
last
friends.
name? Oh, okay, you're in.
He's one of my
Tonacati, you're in.
Nah, he's one of my really good friends. And he ended up in the hospital for like a week and change. Lost 40 some odd pounds.
Did you guys give him money for it? Or was it like, but you won't eat it?
I don't remember. I just remember being at the party. When it comes to that, I remember being at the party, and we knew the lizard was dead. And people were like, we should eat the lizard. We should do this. And then being outside and coming back in like, yo, cat ate the lizard. I'm like, that's not going to end well. And the next thing you know, the next day he's in the hospital and all that stuff because he ate the lizard. Salmonella. Full-blown salmonella.
I don't think I ever had a friend like that. We'd be like, bet we can get Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny's dumbass will eat it. Yeah.
You know what? If you ever come to New York, I'll try to have a lineup for you, and I'll introduce you to I'll introduce you to somebody and then give them the highlight reel of F-ups.
Okay.
Wait, does that mean that if they were there, they would have a highlight reel on you of F-ups?
We all have. We were teenagers.
Yeah.
We were juvenile, delinquent teenagers. We all have a highlight reel.
Yeah, I definitely.
I want to know yours.
All of us.
I want someone else to tell me yours because not only will they have more and tell me more, their perspective will be different than yours.
I don't think I like the fact that you don't trust me.
Listen, it's just how it is. It's natural. I think someone else would do a better job because they'd be honest.
All right, you got a dead guy in the envelope. He is a dude you know from the world of sports. And before you ask, it was indeed one of the 4 major sports. Monifa.
Okay, was he a white American?
He was not a white American. Diz.
Was the sport hockey?
No. No. Why would you go to hockey?
Because
if I say he's not a white American, why would you immediately go to the sport?
Because he's not racist? I don't know.
90% white people.
Yeah. Because it's a lot of European players. So I was like,
He's still white.
Yeah, but he's not American. I thought it was going to be like Russian or Swedish or Finland. Yeah.
I said, no, what I did, I said you got an American guy that you know from sports.
Yeah. I hope you question everyone's question today on the game, too, not just mine. Every call, you'd be like, why would you ask that?
Why because you're bringing the stupid, and I don't really understand why. That's usually not your style.
You know what? Next time, I'm going to get it on the first question tomorrow. Watch it. It's going to ruin your goddamn game.
All right. It's Dead Guy in the Envelope, 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Your yes or no questions next. When we come back, we'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 1025 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
There's no such thing as a fender bender when it comes to motorcycle accidents.
More than 80% of crashes result in catastrophic injuries. Injuries that require experienced attorneys ready to fight for you. We are, and we will.
Farah and Farah, Tampa.
When it comes to your electric bill, the cost can fluctuate due to weather, energy usage, and daily habits. Sometimes they're soft and cute. And sometimes they're hard and burly. But with budget billing from Tampa Electric, we'll even out your payments so you pay a more consistent amount each month. Then when your bill comes to visit, it's predictable and friendly. Hey! Sign up for budget billing online at tampaelectric.com/budget billing and see what your monthly payment could be.
Running a fleet is expensive. So what happens when you cut the fuel bill by 10% with a Coast Fleet Card?
We're saving money and time, which means we're able to take better care of all of our vehicles and our techs, plus our bottom line. Coast has been a real game changer for us.
With Coast, you get smarter spending, stronger security, and real support when you need it. Set spending limits, track purchases in real time, and stop unauthorized transactions before they happen. Coast works anywhere Visa is accepted, so you're not limited to overpriced or out-of-the-way gas stations.
The customer service is way above the company that we used before. Along with the extra security, it's worth saying again, total game changer for us.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. Coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast Card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. Actual savings may vary. See terms at coastpay.com. The spokesperson and characters in this ad are actor portrayals.
Raise a Big Daddy mug this summer at Hooters. Bud and Bud Light Big Daddies for just $6 or Mick Ultra for $6.50. Big beers, better deals, only at Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
When you get hurt, you don't want to end up on the injured list. You want to get back in the game stronger than ever. At Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, we fight for you, making sure big insurance doesn't throw you a curveball. With over $25 billion recovered, we're the home run hitters you need.
This is gone.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan is responsible for this ad. John Morgan is licensed in Florida and Tennessee. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Mike Calter for my friends here at Super Heat and Air and Plumbing. Now, you guys have heard about BOGO deals in the past. Right now, Super Heat and Air and Plumbing is offering $3,000 in instant savings on select AC systems. That's so much better. No waiting, no mail-in rebates. Instant savings applied right away. Why is this happening? Because industry-wide price hikes are coming for ACs, water heaters, electrical panels, some as high as 20%. But because of Super Heat and Air's long-standing vendor relationships, they've locked in today's prices for our customers only up until May 10th. After May 10th, prices will go up across the board. It's not a scare tactic. It's just the reality of what rising material and manufacturing costs are. Once that date hits, they can no longer hold the pricing. So if you're thinking about upgrading your system or you know your system is on its way out, this is the smartest window to lock in savings before the cost jump. It's going to be a hot summer, and if your air is not working properly, now is the time to call Super Heat and Air and Plumbing and let them come on out and give you $3,000 in instant savings on select AC systems. Go to superheatandair.com. Tell them you heard about the deal on the Mike Calta Show, but do it before May 10th. Superheatandair.com.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin. $5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code TRAVEL to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code TRAVEL for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Are you looking for the best advice on home financing? Tune in every Saturday morning at 11 o'clock on 102.5 The Bone. With over 35 years in the mortgage business, the Loan Arranger is your key to smart financing.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio, sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now...
Roger, or oh my, I almost said Roger and JP show. Who
you told me I had 3 minutes.
There it is.
You told me I had 3 minutes.
I said almost 3 minutes. I said 2.5, and you were about 10 seconds. Good timing.
Thank you so much.
If you thought it was 3 minutes, good timing.
All right, we got an American dude who is not a white guy. You know, from one of the 4 major sports. That sport is not hockey. All you have to do now is ask yes or no questions. You ask a yes, you get a yes. You go again, you get a no. We move on to the next caller. We put all the clues together. Somebody figures out who it is, and they win fantastic prizes. It's all brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com. Peter on line 1, you're up.
Did he play in the major leagues, baseball?
No. Huey on line 2.
My question, did he play basketball?
He did not play basketball. So no Major League Baseball, no hockey, no basketball. Jeff on line 3.
Be smart, Jeff.
Did he play soccer?
Hey, JP, did he play football?
He did play football.
Oh, yay.
He did play football. Yes.
I'm so good at this game.
800-771-1025. You had an American dude that played in the NFL.
Was he?
And I will go so far as to say he is a Hall of Famer.
Is he African American?
No.
Oh.
No. He is not African
Hall
American.
of Famer, not white. Oh, wait, we still didn't establish whether he's American.
No, I started out. He was an American
guy. Okay.
He's not an African American guy, and he said he wasn't a white guy either. Oh.
I feel like that narrows the list. How many Hall of Famers are? Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
800-771-1025. I don't know what else I could possibly give
Yeah,
you
you
guys.
said Hall of Fame. This doesn't, and I feel like anybody with a brain and a Google.
I think I know who it is already.
You probably do. I'm not trying to specifically make it difficult. Not today, at least. Not today.
And you know how bad I am at this, so I don't even. Okay, so let's just divide it here. Football. So he played in the NFL. So did he? Actually, no. Did he play professional football?
Yes. NFL. Kelly, line 1. Go ahead, Kelly.
Was he a track star?
I don't believe so, but who are you thinking?
I really didn't have anybody. I was hoping I'd get more clues.
Yeah, no, he's not a track star. No, I don't believe so. No, I don't see anything. Joe on line 2. Okay, Joe.
Was he ever accused of murder?
No. No. Chris on line 4.
Yes, was his hobby surfing?
It definitely could have been. So I'll give you a yes. It makes sense. Go ahead.
Was it Junior Seau?
Junior Seau is the dead guy.
I got it.
Just
there
like
you
that.
go. Junior Seau is the dead dude in the envelope.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. His birthday is, I believe, tomorrow. His birthday is tomorrow. That's why that thing popped up on me. Yeah, took himself out. Turned out then they took his brain out. He had CTE and all sorts of horrible things.
He went surfing that morning. He committed suicide.
Right. Oh, right. That's right. Yes. It's your choice. No more choices. All I got left is I got a pair of tickets to see Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs. Mike Campbell, formerly of Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. August 13th at Ruth Eckerd Hall. Congratulations once again. Junior Seau, dead guy in the envelope.
He's Samoan, right?
Yeah. We like to call them Pacific Islanders.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's the month. Isn't it Asian Pacific Islanders month?
I would not know that. I'm not Pacific Islander.
I feel like it is.
From the Isle of Samoa.
Yeah, so you're Samoan.
Samoa, Tiana Sr.'s grandfather was a village chief in Pago Pago. How about that?
I think it's Pacific Islander month. I'm looking up. Yeah, it starts today.
Yeah,
Look
there
at
you go.
You're
How
right
topical.
on time.
Yeah.
Wait, I know that's why you did
planned.
it. Mm-hmm.
I remember there was a guy that played for the Steelers, Chris Fuamatu Ma'afala.
You said it right.
Damn right I said it. I love that guy. I loved his name. I loved everything about him.
What position
Him and
did he
Troy Polamalu.
It was on the Steelers.
I'm not even a Steeler fan, but Troy Polamalu was a beast with that hair.
Oh, yeah.
I'll tell you what, he hasn't played in the NFL, and it's got to be damn close to like 8 years at this point.
Longer,
5 to 8
right?
years, if not longer. He's still doing Head and Shoulders commercials.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't he?
He's still doing Head and Shoulders commercials.
He was one of those players you hated because he was so good and would perform against your team, but you respected him so much.
Yeah.
Polamalu.
I can't do that with a lot of players, but he's
dude-
one of them. Yeah.
I hated him if he played against me.
But he flew around like a son of a
Yeah.
bitch, dude.
But I respected his game so much. I was like, this guy's amazing, though.
Yeah, he was a beast. It's JP 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Be right back.
You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. Barbecue Love Fest is back.
Woo! I smell barbecue.
It's the celebration of all things barbecue, good times, and cooking for a cure. Barbecue Love Fest, May 3rd from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Perry Harvey Park in downtown Tampa. Get samples of the best barbecue from over 20 cooking teams, over 7 renowned pitmasters from across the country, and live music. Eat barbecue, vote on the best cook team, and watch live music outside at the nicest time of the year. What's better than that? Join the Bone Saturday, May 3rd. And it's the day of the Derby. There'll be coverage of the Kentucky Derby all day. Hey, you can even wear a big dumb hat. Proceeds benefit Friedrich's Ataxia Research Alliance. Get your tickets early right now at theboneonline.com. 1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio.
At Cadence
Cadence Bank, we believe the future comes in many shapes. Every day is a new beginning, a chance to imagine new possibilities or get to work building them. There's opportunity here. Find a branch near you at cadencebank.com. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
John Senning here. I'm obviously not an attorney, but Mo DeWitt is. And you probably already know that if you're injured on the go, just call Mo. Mo and his firm fights for the injured people in Tampa Bay to get them what they deserve. Fighting the insurance companies can seem overwhelming, but that's what Mo does every day, and he's ready to do it for you. No matter what life throws at you, stand up and fight to get what you deserve, and it all starts with one call to Tampa's injury attorney at 866-CALL-MO. Give him a call day or night at 866-CALL-MO. That's 866-CALL-MOE.
Wait, you're leaving us? You're matching pajamas.
Matching silk pajamas, babe.
You discover Heineken and now you go out to, watch live sports?
We were literally made to wrap you in luxury, to vibe, to recharge your soul.
And your weighted blanket is here.
It's like a blanket, but so weighted.
Don't listen to your PJs. Head to the game with some friends and grab some ice-cold Heinekens. Must be 21 plus to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly.
At Bernetti PA, if you've been injured in an accident, we make it quick, easy, and convenient to hire us. You can rest assured that somebody is on your side. Call 1-800-BERNETTI. We're ready. Offices Lakeland, Tampa, St. Pete.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today at 813-550-1000. That's 813-550-1000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor.
Summer tastes better at Hooters. Buffalo shrimp, tacos, Big Daddy beer mugs, and ice cold buckets. All at special prices all season long. Make your next move to Hooters. 11 locations in Tampa Bay. Go to originalhooters.com for one near you.
There are 472 reasons to shop auto lenders in Palm Harbor. We call reason number 4 tariff freedom. Right now, almost all new and used cars are being hit with a 25% tariff. That's an added cost of about $6,000 more per vehicle. But at Auto Lenders, we get our vehicles in a totally innovative way. So you'll find the best one-owner cars, trucks, and SUVs, all tariff-free. Auto Lenders was always thousands less. Now you'll save so much more. Visit us today in Palm Harbor.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers. So we build specially adapted homes at Homes for Our Troops. And thanks to our donors and supporters, this life-changing gift of freedom is provided mortgage-free to these veterans. But we need you to join us, too, in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Are you a parent of a 2 to 8-year-old? Listen closely for an exciting offer, then head to abcmouse.com/radio to learn more. By now, you've probably heard of ABC Mouse.
ABC Mouse is like a little one-on-one teacher. It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month, then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
1025 The Bone, where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning. And now, back to JP.
JP, 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Got a few minutes left with you, and then John Senning will come in and take over. Now, Monica, what was going on? It sounds like you needed advice, which is what I was put on this earth for. So
yeah, and I hate to say it out loud where everybody's listening, but 9 out of 10 times, you give pretty solid advice.
I know I do.
I know I don't like it, but
why?
Because then you have to be right.
How about you
stuff.
just appreciate the resource that you have in your hands?
Okay.
How about that?
Maybe. So okay, for those who don't know, my lease is up in July, and I've been back and forth with the apartment people saying, listen, there's deals online that if I'm a brand new person who just applied to get in here,
right,
the rent is $200 cheaper than what they're trying to change my lease to now, and even what I'm paying now. And so I was like, why can't I get in on that deal? And they were going back and forth in between, and I got a call a couple breaks ago that I'm sorry I ended up doing during the show, but I had to. And she came back with this. Okay, now I need to know.
Now, this is your apartment complex or another place you've been looking at?
No, this is where I wouldn't move. I would stay where I'm at if I took what they offered, which she called back with today. And this is this. So they said no rent increase. They didn't say they can't do the going to the $200 cheaper what someone new would move in. They said, they didn't say no to that. She said this is what they offered. No rent increase and a $250 discount on July rent, which would be the first month in the new lease. That was her offer. Now, I will say this. I've been online, like I told you, that's how I checked the prices. And there's this contest, in quotes, online that says, enter here for a $250 off of a month's rent. So I feel like they just took that.
That's exactly what they did.
And we're like, here or whatever. So that's
how tough are you feeling?
My first instinct, because you know how I am, is to be like, okay, fine. Okay, whatever you say.
I see. I don't even know that person. I don't know that person you just described. And Diz, I'm pretty sure is on the same page. I don't know who that person is. Oh yeah, whatever you say. Yeah. I've never met that person. I've never met the whatever makes your life easier, whatever you say. I don't even know. I think you're lying, to be quite honest with you. But I would go in and I'd say no, thank you.
Then I don't have a home. Then I have to move.
You don't have a home. I'll let you know what I'm doing. When's your deadline?
Well, I will say this. For the $250 off the July rent part, I have to know.
Yeah.
I have to know by this weekend. The renewal of the new lease thingy has to be done by the 10th.
Yeah, I'd start looking and just be like,
have been looking.
I just said, I know you can do this. Or say this. Say, all right, no rent increases for 2 years. And we'll talk. And I want the $250 off.
Oh.
So you want 2 years because what they're giving these other people are saving. They're coming in $200 less than you.
Yeah.
For the exact same
apartment, second floor, same
as
footage,
you,
everything. Yeah.
Saving them $2,400 a month, $2,400 a year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good comeback. I like what you're saying.
Even that, I still think I would tell them, kick rocks, and I'd go look at a new place. But you got to be willing to spend the money for the move and everything else.
Yeah. I've had that in my head. I don't want to do that, but I can do that.
When she told me the story in the break, I told her I feel like JP would know this 100% the same way I do. You never take the first offer. You send one back, and at worst they say no. But you already have an offer on the table with them. Push it. See what you can do. My dad taught me that when I wanted to get a car, we had a price set out, and the people were gonna do a great price, and my dad said no to him, and we left him like that was the price. And he's like, we'll talk to them. They'll come down. You never take the first offer. He's at the very least, we'll get it for the price you wanted. Let's push it and see what we can get. Worst case, they say no, and they came down lower. So you never know. You may as well try.
Yeah. And I really, really like the
they don't want to have to rent another place. Exactly. They don't want to have to put another place up. No.
And they like you said,
I don't think you're asking too much for saying just let me match. Yeah. I just want what they're getting. Yeah. I just want to,
that's what I thought too. I don't know why. In theory anyway, I could say no and then apply to move in. You know what I mean? In theory,
you'll never get it.
They would decline me, even though everything's the same thing. Everything.
They would decline.
Yeah, they would definitely decline.
Even though then that would be what kind of discrimination is that?
It's not discrimination. You already have a set thing with them, and now you're trying to like go around that in a way. And they're like, well, we have the right to say no.
Yeah, they do
because
have
we did agree on this, and now you're just trying to get the new people's thing. It's a loophole that they're trying to.
Here's what my counter would be: I'll sign a 2-year lease, but I want it for $100 less a month the entire for the 2 years. That's the $2,400. That's the same cost that your new people are getting.
Oh,
and I'm
you
going to
did the
sign,
math.
and I'll sign a 2-year lease for you.
Okay, say it again. 2-year lease.
You want $100 off a month, which is
Okay.
half of what they're offering new people,
Okay,
and you want it for 2 years.
2 years. Okay, 2-year lease with $100 off. And so I'm not even asking for the
But
price.
you want
yet.
that $100 off for the entire run of the 2 years. And then they're going to counter. So you're probably not going to get that. And say, all right, well, I'll still give you 2 years if you give me $100 off and then no rent increase afterwards.
Okay, so that'll be my third thing. No rent is the third. Oh my God, I love you guys so much.
You want me to do it? I'll do
would.
it for you.
I have no problems doing it. I just would have never thought of any of this. I don't know why I'm not. It doesn't occur to me to counter, and certainly would have never thought of this kind of counter. So
I know why. You have no street smarts.
Yeah,
that's true. I don't. But you're right, and I'm clearly on a million other levels. You're right, but I will say, and it's funny when you brought up the car thing. When I got Hope, I don't know what came over me, especially since I was in the middle of this depression and divorce and all of that. I was like, I know a price, and kind of like what you were saying, and I'm like, they're going to do this. And I was so, in my head, I was like, it's a stick shift with roll down windows. They're not going to sell this car unless it's to me. You know what I mean? I kind of felt like
100%.
I had that as my kind of my guts of it. And I said, and so we went back and forth, and I said, I want, with tax, title, and dealer prep and all of that, total $8,000, period. That's what I will pay for this. And they were like, and they took their time, of course, but eventually I got my.
We got her to pay $4,000 more than she should have.
Wait a second.
Probably.
You bought that car brand new for $8,000?
No, it was in 2012. It was 3 years old. 2009 car in 2012.
Okay.
And I got it for $8,000.
2009 with the windows roll and everything.
It's a 2009. Yes.
Wow.
And I knew again, and it was just honestly, it's a Toyota, and it was sitting on a. Was it a
because
Mitsubishi?
they took it in on a trade.
Yeah, it was on a
that-
different lot that wasn't even a Toyota.
That happens
lot.
all the time. They take it in on a trade.
So then I was like, they're not. It's a trade. It's the one car sitting out there. Nobody's going to buy this. I am going to tell these people what I'm paying for this. And I wasn't saying 5,000. I was, whatever. But
And the funny thing is, if that didn't work, you could have just been, I just got a divorce, and my lawyer's on, and I didn't even get the parts, and I didn't even have the pants. I just need this car. They would be like, all right, just take whatever you want. Here you go. Yeah.
be a pain in their ass. I know.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. I did.
They probably throw in a $50 gift card for like Outback Steakhouse, and get yourself a blooming onion while you're at it.
Okay.
Take this stick shift with no power windows off our lot, and it's a
I
blooming
know.
onion.
Exactly. Because what were they going to do with that car? What were they going to do with it?
Scrap it.
They would have sat on it for a little while, that's for sure.
I was happy to find it. They didn't have to know that. They could feel like I was settling. So I think I have something in me somewhere there. I just don't know why it's not there all the time.
Yeah, we see it all the time here. So I don't know what
I'm
you're talking
telling
about.
you,
Just
you
do
have
it that.
zero issues. You know what you do?
I don't know.
You know how they say when you're doing public speaking, if you have a hard time with it, you just picture everybody in their underwear?
Oh, yeah.
When you want to argue with somebody, just picture my face.
Yeah, picture it's us. Picture it's the show.
Right.
And you're just wrong, and I'm
Right.
winning this.
She starts
damn it.
talking to them. Listen, Dizzy. They're like, Dizzy? Who the hell's Dizzy?
Yeah.
Just go with it.
Whatever,
Okay.
Right.
The motivation of it all. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I flipping love this. I'm absolutely gonna do this.
The other side, do you want to stay there? I thought you wanted to get into a nicer place.
I do, but this was.
I know you don't want to slum in St. Pete. That we know.
I didn't say
'cause
that.
it's filthy dirty.
No, I didn't
according
say
to you.
that. There are
Diz?
places that are older
What'd she say?
that aren't as clean.
She said dirty.
I did say dirty.
You said dirty.
But I also said it's the older areas closer to the beach, which is where I would want to live. If
Yeah,
I'm
you
in
said it's
Pinellas.
dirty people and old people. We get it.
Right.
Any of that?
And then too many white people, I think she said
Wow,
in there too.
it got worse. It got way worse. The rent at the place where it's starting to go down. Like I was saying, even for that complex I'm in, it's going down. So I wanted to buy myself like maybe one more year because I don't want to end up there forever. But I'm kind of playing like a gambling game of wondering when to move. So maybe this is the nudge. Maybe if they're like, absolutely not, we cannot budge another thing, then maybe I just move.
Yeah, there you go.
And I have been looking. I have actually places on Monday to view too, so just in case. So.
All in Tampa, right?
All in Citrus Park.
Oh, okay.
I ain't moving. I ain't budging. Where the clean, nice, new people are. Non-white.
Clean, nice, new, non-white people
None
are.
of that's
Non-Pinellas?
true. No. It's a
You
lot
did
of
just say non-white, right?
There's
you
a
said
lot
that.
of white people. I only said that because you said that. Actually, I know I'm the minority in Citrus Park.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I wish I knew what you guys were talking about.
Citrus.
Like if Nicole and I my wife and I decide to, move down there, like I have no idea where to go. I have no idea where to go.
Go to town in Compton. I mean, country.
I'm pretty sure I don't want to go to town in Compton.
What what you want? You want to live closer to the water? You're going to live in Pinellas. You want to live closer to events?
Yeah, but Pinellas, and then it's where in Pinellas?
Oh, there's tons of places.
But there's also, this is what I'm saying, there's also dirty places. But there's dirty places in Hillsborough. Yeah. You're right.
There's dirty places
I
everywhere.
picture you as a West Chase person, where it's nice, but not like rich, like not South Tampa.
I think the homeowners, you would hate the homeowner association there.
That's true.
And
It's
he would not
very,
wanna live there. But it is kind of more like what you are right, more like buttoned up neighborhood, nice,
Yes.
middle to high income.
Yes.
So
but it's not South Tampa, like, you got to have $1 zillion and
yeah, South Tampa's
whatever.
just they're running pockets down there. Don't ever move out there.
What does that mean, running pockets?
Like they're trying to get you for everything you got down there. It's very.
I live in New York. I'm used to that.
That's
I probably
true.
wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, you are.
I probably
You don't want
wouldn't
to move
even
somewhere and do the
notice
same
that.
thing, though.
That's the truth. That's the truth. I'm done with this nonsense.
I feel like
can't
West
wait.
Chase would be perfect, but you're right. They
I don't want to be far away from the beach.
Yeah, you'd be in St. Pete, man.
But here's the thing with
I
that,
don't want to
though.
be far away from the beach.
I don't consider myself far from the beach because, first of all, I work here. So a lot of times I'll just leave here and I'm already halfway there.
It's like a 40-minute drive. from
But
where you're at.
second, it depends on when you leave. 35, 40 minutes, but it's all interstate. It's literally the Veterans Expressway and 275 because I live right off the vet. So I feel like you can live in Tampa and just get to the beach. I feel like I can get to the beach easily.
Tell you what, if I was moving into where Calta lives, I wouldn't even go to the radio station.
Yeah,
if
it's
I wasn't
too
doing
far.
mornings anymore, I'd just be like, listen, here's let me pay you some rent money and use your studio, and I'll do the middays from Calta's house.
It is. Now he lives a good hour and a half from the beaches, I would imagine. Like it's.
But how long for the radio station? I want to. I want to be near beaches, and I want a 20-minute commute tops.
Oh, it's gonna be more than 20.
Yeah,
minutes.
it's definitely
I was
more
gonna
than
say probably 35.
Yeah, the bridge
40.
alone is about almost 10 minutes.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah. It takes me, I'll tell you this way, I live in Citrus Park, which is way south of where he is, and at 5 in the morning, it takes me about 22 minutes if I time it perfectly.
So you tell me it's going to take me a half hour? Well, I'll be leaving at the same time.
Yeah, it's true.
22 minutes I can do. All right, well, good luck, Monica. We're all
And
counting on
listen,
you.
honestly, thank you guys. I would have never thought of this.
Yeah,
I'm just
I'd
gonna,
get out of there, though, to be quite honest with you.
You think?
I don't. I don't like that nonsense that they're pulling. I don't like the fact that they can do it.
That's what
They
I'm
can,
saying.
They can do it.
Now there's-
You just have to be willing to put your balls up on the table and threaten to leave.
I'm whipping out
Or
my
your
big fat
ovaries.
D.
Sorry, I don't want to
No,
be
I'm whipping out my
like,
big fat
non-inclusive.
tatas.
White boy dancing, shoulders up.
It's funny because I hear some of the songs you're going with before you cue them up because you're trying to figure out what you want. Yesterday, I heard you playing Rich Girl, like Gwen Stefani.
Rich. Yeah, I started that one. I was like, you know what? I'm trying to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, I was like, JP.
So, listen, Rush and Metallica are always going to be my salt and pepper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
always going to be in there.
Down for the rush.
But I'm trying to mix it up a little bit.
I like it, man.
In an effort to be more inclusive. I don't want to scare the audience away with Slipknot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't segregate them.
Trying to bring as many people to the party as possible.
That's all you.
That's it for us. We'll be back tomorrow at 11. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Dizzy. John Senning and Dizzy up next. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Don't believe me, just watch.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think.
Makes me feel good.
Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Get ready to throw down this Friday night, May 2nd, as Colt Ford hits the stage live at Ferg Sports Bar and Entertainment Complex. Grab yours now at ticketweb.com. It's Colt Ford live at Ferg's in downtown St. Pete. Don't miss it.
When it really matters, choose Farrah and Farrah. Here for you, here for good. Tampa.
Car accident? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
Ah, La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 30% off, plus kids sale free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
Pollen season is here, and the only way to ensure that your car is truly clean every day is the unlimited membership plan from Bubble Down Car Wash. With locations in Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, Wesley Chapel, and a new location in Palm Harbor, you'll have the cleanest car in town every time you bubble down.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. A question I get all the time is, how did we become the largest injury firm in the world? We have over 1,000 lawyers in all 50 states and close to 6,000 coworkers. Our call center is on duty 24/7. You can reach us at any time at forthepeople.com. But the real reason is we won a lot. When you visit our website, go to our verdicts and settlements. There you will see what our clients were offered and what they were awarded at trial. All those verdicts help us resolve many cases fairly and early. You see, nothing beats reputation. The insurance industry knows who we are. We even have insurance adjusters call us for representation because they know too. We've made it easy. On your mobile device or computer, go to forthepeople.com and we will get busy. It's that easy. Call today. Morgan & Morgan, for the people. Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Preparing to sell your home can be costly and time-consuming, but it doesn't have to be. Skip the hassles of a traditional home sale and sell your home stress-free with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. Hey, it's JP, and I'm here with my friend Mark of Mark Spain. And Mark, can you explain why the guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate is the easiest way to sell your home?
Well, selling your home through a traditional way is very stressful because you have costly repairs, you have appraisals, you have a lot of things that add stress to an already stressful situation. With the guaranteed offer, there are no repairs, there's no showings, there's no lot boxes. It's real simple. We bring you a strong cash offer. You can close in as little as 21 days and move when you want to, on your time.
Thanks to Mark Spain Real Estate, you can skip the hassle of a traditional home sale, make the most money, and move when you're ready on your timeline with their guaranteed all-cash offer. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. to sell your home and receive the strongest cash offer in the industry. Find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. Just go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Running a fleet is expensive. So what happens when you cut the fuel bill by 10% with a Coast Fleet Card?
We're saving money and time, which means we're able to take better care of all of our vehicles and our techs, plus our bottom line. Coast has been a real game changer for us.
With Coast, you get smarter spending, stronger security, and real support when you need it. Set spending limits, track purchases in real time, and stop unauthorized transactions before they happen. Coast works anywhere Visa is accepted, so you're not limited to overpriced or out-of-the-way gas stations.
The customer service is way above the company that we used before. Along with the extra security, it's worth saying again, total game changer for us.
Go to coastpay.com/news and learn how to save an average of 10% on your fuel bill with Coast. That's coastpay.com/news to save 10% on fuel with Coast. Coastpay.com/NEWS.
Coast Card products are issued by Celtic Bank. All card accounts are subject to credit approval. Actual savings may vary. See terms at coastpay.com. The spokesperson and characters in this ad are actor portrayals.
Give mom a gift that will last a lifetime. Enter to win mom a chance at a $250 gift card and a grand prize $2,000 gift card from the Gold and Diamond Source. Visit the boneonline.com contest page. Happy Mother's Day from the Gold and Diamond Source.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 107.3 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Here we go. All systems go.
This is the true story about Mac.
Times are changing, more so each year. But the early morning Stone Pimp is here.
3, 2, 1.
People are
expecting quite a bit.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
I can feel it down in my plums. They're getting a nice bluish hue. Getting ready to take them to the farmer's market.
Okay, baby, but don't hurt yourself with that big juicy hog of yours.
In hard times, or when a man has worked at a job 30 years, they give him a watch, kick him in the butt, and say, hey, a computer took your place, daddy. That's hard time.
Let's go now live.
This is where we live.
Are you ready to get your world rocked?
That's what I'm talking about.
You ready?
Oh, wait. So we're just going to wing it?
There's a big difference between winging it